All right, guys.
Get into the episode, guys.
Get into this episode now. Over this week, we have had some tremendous things going on in the culture, and we might as well go ahead and start off with the Soulja Boy versus Bow Wow Verzuz. We watched it, well, briefly, but I actually, when I saw this, everything that I predicted was going to happen to me happened. I knew that coming off, Soulja Boy was going to just be straight heat, straight fire, giving you his best up front. And I knew, but Bow Wow, he was a little bit more poised. He was a little bit more, like, take my time. I know this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You know what I mean? And Bow Wow was very composed the whole way through. And I feel like with Soulja Boy, there was a point in time I was just like, bruh, I know you got a number one record right now. I know it's hot right now, but you can't play the same record 3 times. I mean, I get you. Like, yo, you got a Nicki verse. You want to play that. You got French Montana to come out. You want to do that. But it's just like, bro, it's still the same record 3 times. So you're already going on to the notion that you didn't have enough records to fuck with Bow Wow. You know what I mean? But
or was it just marketing?
It could be marketing as well too, and he could hey, I know my assignment is to entertain.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they did an amazing performance together. I also with Bow Wow, I will say this: I was very shocked at how well he performed. Like he had complete.
He's not new to this.
He's not at all.
Not.
He never
he was
felt
born into this shit. Like literally, like he did.
It showed his composure, his breath control when he was.
He looked
rapping.
just like he did when he was a little ass boy out there. Every time I watched him perform, it looked familiar. I seen him in concert. He was my first concert I ever went to.
Gotcha.
It looked the same. He looked the same height and everything.
Yeah.
Just a couple extra pounds.
It's so crazy because you would think that somebody that maybe has not been performing so long or hasn't done concerts like this so long would slip a little bit. You know what I mean?
Why?
Like,
To him, look at how young he was. It's like those child actors and stuff like that. Although he is a Bama now, he never really fell off when it came to performing and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he grew up. It's like probably like riding a bike to him.
Yeah, I was thinking like it's like
so
it's like autopilot when he got up there.
Yeah, because
it's
like
that
you spent your entire childhood doing that. Like, imagine if you spent your entire childhood cooking or you cleaning or whatever the case may be. It's going to be things that's just going to come second nature to you.
But there's some artists who have gone out there and like stopped for a minute and then they go out performing his ass. You know what I mean? Like, but
not like Bow Wow. You gotta remember, like Bow Wow is also like a Soulja Boy. Like Soulja Boy, you do a lot on the phone. You get behind the phone and behind that camera and you turn up. You get live. But Bow Wow, real live, grew up in the era where you had to perform on stage.
Right. True.
It wasn't social media.
Right.
The game is definitely very, very different now.
Right. A couple of highlights on here, like they brought out some people, like they brought out some people on here that I thought was super super dope. Bow Wow bringing out one of the guys from the Franchise Boys, JD, the Brat. Who else did he bring out here? Omarion, and yeah, man. And then 3-6 Mafia, that was crazy. Like there were of course a lot of records that we forget that he has been on, but Bow Wow has had a career. He's like lived like 2 or 3 careers. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's been out here for a long, long time. So
remember that boy was 10 years old getting grown women.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was out here riding around with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Uncle Snoop,
yeah, for sure.
You really grew up with that being. I feel like the only reason why we call him Uncle Snoop is because of Bow Wow.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it that way. Yeah, because that's Uncle Snoop. He was the one that kind of coined that. Damn. Okay. And then Soulja Boy. I don't want to make it seem like he was just washed, but I think he also did good too. But I could tell like Soulja Boy felt like he was a little winded at one point too. Like
he's a drug addict.
Well,
look at him.
No, but he said he actually got off the lean. He did get off the lean. He's been clean off the lean for 2 years.
He's still a drug addict. Look at how he smoked weed. Do you see what the fuck he looks like? Do you see how his face is sunk into his face? I grew up in addiction. I know.
Yeah.
That shit looks bad. He is ate the fuck up.
Yeah.
His face is sunk, and you can see the whole skeleton in that man's face.
Yeah.
Skin ate up.
Yeah.
Drug addict.
Yeah. Yeah,
Bow Wow look healthy.
Yeah, Bow Wow does look healthy. Yeah, Bow Wow look healthy, happy. Like I seen the interview that he did also on Breakfast Club with him and Ray J, And when I heard him on that interview, I was thinking that Bow Wow was going to come in here on the same kind of energy as Soulja Boy, like being like doing like that. Because I haven't heard from Bow Wow in a long time. Like, you know, I saw the whole plane challenge thing. I thought that Bow Wow was like going to be like a goofy nigga, but he was very composed.
He's still a goofy nigga.
I don't think so. I mean, he didn't come.
Not in that sense of goofy, but just in the sense of how he's falling off and how he's not in front of the camera and stuff. He's still a.
But would that be?
Getting old.
I mean, he's getting old, but I mean, I would think he's doing the opposite of goofy. He's not on social media like that. He's not out here trying.
I'm not saying that. I mean, like in the sense of him just being a bama,
But
like you know how some of us get old and like corny, like you know what I mean, like it is a little bit.
How is he?
That little ass yacht was it for me.
But see,
like,
I found out the story about the yacht.
Okay.
So, and I know this because I do have friends who own yachts. Okay. I have been on yachts before. And depending on your location where you're at, you will take a boat to get to a bigger boat, and that's exactly what that was. Okay. It was a boat to get him to the larger boat, but of course they only recorded the smaller boat.
Right.
And Bow Wow, not being a person who wanted to prove anything to anybody,
he just didn't prove it.
He just didn't prove the other boat that they were on. Because, I mean, when I saw that, it didn't look right. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to have
all them bitches
on that little ass boat. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And, you know, in my mind, I should have thought of it, like, right then, just like, this don't make sense. I mean, unless he really paid them to do. I don't know.
And it's just, it's like the flow and the consistency, like him being on, like him posting the jet and then ending up on
the jet, I don't know about that.
Like, it all happened, like, simultaneously.
Yeah,
like,
it did. But it was like, but, you know, people create a narrative too, you know what I mean? Because it's only going to post what
he falls into it though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like he falls into it because he doesn't feel like he has to address it. He gives that kind of energy off, like they say this about me, that's funny, but I'm living out here my real life. But anyway,
he brought his kids out too. That was cute.
Yeah, his kids came out. It was really lit, and of course another big highlight. You know, he brought Soulja Boy brought out Little Romeo, and for them to share the stage for the first time in 20 years. And Romeo talked about how, you know, as soon as he came out, all they wanted to do was just pin them against each other. And, you know, he said after 20 years, he just wanted to give Bow Wow his flowers. He's like, you know, you're like the Michael Jordan of this shit. We really appreciate, you know, what you brought into the game. He's like, I feel like I'm the Kobe of this shit. Like, I may not have been as talented as you, but I try to work as hard as you. Mm-hmm. And then he said Soulja Boy was like LeBron, just doing all kind of new shit, like new age shit. I was like, that was really dope of him to actually come out and they actually just, you know, just people coming together, putting the egos aside, you know what I mean, just being on this grown man time. It was really good to see on a big stage like this and for them to all to get their flowers as they should right now.
Definitely.
So, congratulations to Verzuz. Congratulations to Bow Wow, Soulja Boy. I think it was a very entertaining Verzuz. It was dope, as we knew it would be. And yeah, so we'll see what the next one is going to be looking like. But yeah.